Hello everybody. Guess what tomorrow is? It's payday, one of my favorite days of the month. And you know what that means? I'll be doing my paycheck budgeting. So we have, we're budgeting paycheck to paycheck so that I can have enough each paycheck. I don't pay all the bills out of one paycheck and then have nothing left. I get paid every 2 weeks, so I have to plan enough for 2 weeks. So, this is the Morey June sticker set that I'm trying out for the first time this month. It looks beautiful. I love how she broke it down. Expenses, cash envelopes, and sinking funds. So let's get started. This is the first paycheck of January, which will be January 10th. So up in the income, I'll just put paycheck 1. And that'll, like I said, I'll get paid on the 10th. I'm going to scroll in a little bit so we can see. I have the exact amount. We are getting paid $19.20. I rounded up a little bit just to make the math easier. I have a little bit left in my checking account that I'm not going to budget with, just to have a buffer in the checking account. It's not much. It's like $26. So we're going to just budget the $19.20. All right, so over in expenses, first and foremost, I like to tithe 10% of my income to our local church. So that would be $122. What's due? Oh, and savings. Savings automatically comes out every time I get paid into my savings account. So $20. It's not much, but it's something every time, and then it's in there and I don't think about it. What else? Oh, car payment is due. I'm hoping with our income tax return to pay the car off. That'd be $185 a month extra that I will have to put towards my credit card bill. That will be amazing. And then I like to put half of the month's rent out of each paycheck. The way it's working out this paycheck, I'm not going to get the full half of the rent just because of all the bills that are due before my next paycheck. But we will get most of it. Half of it would be $425s, and I've got $325 coming out, so that'll be enough. Oh, and I noticed on my payday, or on the next schedule at work, I have an extra day 1 week. I was like, I'm not sure how that happened, but I actually picked up for one of my coworkers because she had to be out of town. So I will have a whole extra pay day on my next paycheck. So that'll be plenty to cover the rest of the rent. And it's really not due till the 1st of next month, but I'll have it paid a couple weeks ahead, which I like, just in case of an emergency. Next, also coming up due is my cell phone. I pay $100 a month, and that's for 4 unlimited lines. So each of my 3 older children have a phone, and then I have a phone. And then the water bill is coming due. It's going to be $82. And that includes sewage. What else? We've got the gas for the house. And that was a little more than that was less than I had anticipated. It is going to be $117. I originally had budgeted $150 because I wasn't sure with using the heater how much. I'll show you. I had originally budgeted $150 because I thought we would be using more than we are, but we're actually using more electricity than I thought we would, and that's also due. Electric. I had budgeted $130, and it's actually going to be $156, but it'll all balance out. And I totally underestimated how much I would need for the babysitter this pay period. Originally, I had said $25 for this pay, but actually, I'm going to need $100. And then, my daughter had an appointment this week. She really needed to go to it. And of course I'm going to take her if she needs to go. But I had not anticipated the copay to be as large as it was. I had $20 in my medical sinking fund, and not much in my HSA because I had just gotten medicine. So it was actually $80 over. So I had to borrow it from other sinking funds. Long story short, I am going to pay back my sinking funds out of this paycheck. It's hard to to write and speak at the same time. So pay back those sinking funds. I'm not sure why I didn't just pull it out of emergency savings, because technically that's what it's for. I do know that my savings account is only allowed to have so many withdrawals a month. So I try not to withdraw from it. But I'll just pay back my sinking fund, $80 there. And this is a good lesson learned. I can plan ahead more. She'll have these appointments more often, so I can plan ahead for, actually, I just thought of something. On my HSA, my employer every year puts in $500 per family member, up to so much. So they're actually going to contribute to my HSA, so that will help a lot. I will have more money in there to pay for her copays. So we'll add all these together to see what all of our expenses are going to be, and it comes to $13.57. All right. And then now we'll go over to our cash envelopes. These are our expenses for the week. I usually do just 4 categories. Groceries. This is a category I'm trying to utilize more, other than our next category, which is eating out. And where I'm a single mother and I work night shift, 12-hour nights, it's super easy to rely on this when I'm tired, and that's good to have every once in a while, but I really need to cut down, use more of my groceries, plan ahead using the crock pot and all that. Something I'm working on. And then what other? Oh, gas for the car. And I have a miscellaneous fund. It's always good. If I had had money in that, I would have been able to use it to pay that copay that popped up that I didn't know would be that much, but I had already spent last paycheck's miscellaneous fund. So let's see, how much am I going to use in groceries? So as for a family of 5, I'm going to do $300. That's $150 a week. One of my, someone commented that I should probably reduce this to 120 a week, so that would be, what would that be, $240? And I might try that, but I'm going to leave it at $300 for this paycheck, because I have recently lowered my eating out fund. So I'm going to concentrate on not eating out and using the groceries more. So we'll see how that goes, how much of the grocery money that I'm actually using. And also something I also need to work on is using the groceries that I do buy and not letting it go to waste. One of the things that I need to do today is go clean out my fridge. I know I'm going to be disgusted by all the food that we have not eaten that has sat in there and rotted, and that is irresponsible. Anyway, sorry. Off my soapbox. So what do I have for eating out? $120. That would leave me, it's about $30 every time that we go out for a family of 5. And that's just fast food. So that would give me 2 times a week for 2 weeks. That's plenty. Hopefully that'll be plenty. Us with some planning ahead, we'll be fine. And then gas, $60 every 2 weeks has worked out great. And miscellaneous, I have reduced. I was doing $100. I've reduced it to $80. Really, that should be plenty if I'm trying not to spend too much. So we'll total these together, and that will be, what will that be? $560. All right, and unfortunately, I don't have any extra money this pay period for sinking funds, but that's okay, because we have all of our major bills and expenses paid. And I have a miscellaneous if I need it. And we have some in our sinking funds if I would happen to need that too. All right, so we'll go down here. That's a sinking fund, sorry. We'll go down here to the breakdown of our paycheck. So This is something that the Morey June Designs does, which is kind of neat. She'll put down the paycheck. So our paycheck is, can you see it? 100 and, what was I going to say, 29? 190, I can't speak. I worked the other night and then I had to get up to take Emily to her appointment, and I only got like 2 hours of sleep and it totally wrecked me. So I'm catching up on sleep. So we have our paycheck, and then we'll minus our expenses. And we'll minus the cash envelopes to see how much we have left over. Okay, so our expenses was $113.57. That coil makes it kind of hard. And our envelopes were $560. And when we take our paycheck minus our expenses, we are left with a whopping $3. So honestly, this $3 will probably just go to a buffer in the checking account. If I had more than that, if I had, say, $300, I would put that towards an extra debt payment. I'm probably not going to worry about the $3 for an extra debt payment, but I have a good feeling that my next paycheck will have some extra to put towards debt. So that's exciting. I'm going to scroll out. I really think that this Morey June kit is working out for the way I like to plan. And I really, I think that they're pretty. I was looking at the February kit and it is beautiful. I haven't bought it yet because I'm too cheap. But if I have a little extra with my next paycheck, I may go ahead and purchase the kit for February. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I encourage you, if you're not, to go ahead and start budgeting. Know where your money is going. It makes all the difference in the world. Have a great day. Goodbye.